Hello, my lovely kids. It's science time again with your teacher, Ernest Ato Benter. Kids, I hope you are all doing great. Kids, in our previous lessons, we looked at insects and some of the benefits some insects are to us, as well as some insects that are harmful to us. We also looked at birds and how some birds are also useful to us. Today we are going to look at mammals. I know in our previous lesson we talked about mammals. So today we are going to look at mammals and how useful some mammals are to us. So my lovely kids, the topic for today is on benefits of some mammals to us. That is we humans. We are also mammals, but there are other mammals that are very useful to us in our daily lives. So the topic for today is still on mammals, but we are going to look at some benefits of some mammals to us. But before we move to today's topic, let's mark the homework you were given. Let's mark the homework. 1. What is a mammal? What is a mammal? Mammals are living things that feed their young ones on milk. Mammals are living things that feed their young ones on milk. And then to state three examples of mammals. Three examples of mammals. So we have human being. I'm a mammal. You are also a mammal. We have cats. We have dog, goat, and then sheep. So any of these three answers are correct. So all these are examples of mammals. Then question 3, mention any three features of mammals. Mention any three features of mammals. So we said mammals have hairs or furs on their bodies. I have hair on my body. But if it's an animal, we call it what? Fur. So mammals have hairs or furs on their bodies. 2, mammals have outer ears. So I have ears. So mammals have ears. And those ears can be seen. If you take a bird or a reptile, you can't see their ears as you see with mammals. And then 3rd, mammals give birth to live young ones. Mammals give birth to live young ones. We also said mammals have teeth. Mammals have teeth. So any of these answers are correct. So let's move to today's topic on benefits of some mammals to us. Let's begin by looking at our lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you'll be able to state any 4 benefits of some mammals to humans. At the end of the lesson, you'll be able to state any 4 benefits of some mammals to us. So if you pay attention and you walk through the lesson with me, at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to state 4 benefits of some mammals to us. Now let's begin the lesson. 1. We eat the meat of some mammals as food. Anytime you have your food, you either have fish or meat on top of your food. Or if you are eating soup, you have fish or meat in the soup. And some of this meat comes from mammals. So we eat the meat of some mammals as food. So let's look at some of the examples of mammals we eat their meat as food. The meat of some mammals serve as source of food for humans. So here you can see goat here. And this is goat meat. So we eat the meat of goat as food. I believe if you get your fufu with some light soup and goat meat, I believe you will agree with me that the food is wow. You will enjoy it. So we eat the meat of goat as food. And then you also eat the meat of sheep called mutton as food. So we enjoy the meat of goats and sheep as food. And goats and sheep are examples of mammals. So the meat of some animals like the goat you see here and the sheep you see here, we use their meat as source of food. We use their meat as source of food. And I believe you have enjoyed goat meat and sheep meat before. They are very nice. Next, we also eat the meat of pig called pork. If you walk around town, wherever you find yourself, you normally find pork shows. There are some joints that you go for pork shows, and that is the meat of a pig. We call it pork. I believe lots of people or many people enjoy pork as food. We also eat the meat of cow called beef as food. So we get beef from cow. That is the name we give to the meat of cow. Sometimes you also enjoy canned beef, and we get it from cow. So the meat of some mammals, such as the pig you see here and the cow you see here, serve as source of food for humans. So the meat of some mammals serve as food. So that is one benefit we get from some mammals, like the sheep, the goat, this pig, and then this cow. Good. Now let's look at another benefit we get from some mammals. Some mammals give us milk. Some mammals give us milk. Some mammals give us milk. So let's look at some mammals we get milk from. Mammals like cows, sheep, camels, and goats give us milk. As you see the man here getting some milk from the udder of this cow. So we get milk from cows, sheep, camels, and goats. And you know the uses of this milk we get from these mammals. Let's look at some of the forms of milk. The milk produced by these mammals is used to make products such as evaporated milk. So kids, most of the milk that you see in a can like this, you call it evaporated milk. When they get the milk from these animals, they heat it for some of the liquid to evaporate so that the milk will become thicker. And that is what we call evaporated milk. And we have lots of brands on our market. We also get dried milk. That is what we call milk powder. As you see here, that is the name we normally call it, milk powder. We call it dried milk. We also get cheese. I have a boy who called cheese cow margarine. That is how you call cheese, cow margarine. But we get this from cow, the milk of cow. And we also have yogurt. We use milk to produce yogurt. So all these products are products we get from the milk of some mammals. Evaporated milk, we have dried milk, we have cheese, and we have yogurt. So all these kinds of products we get from the milk of mammals or some mammals. And you know the uses. Normally in the morning when you are taking breakfast, either tea or porridge or any kind of breakfast, cereal that you take, you normally add some milk to it. Babies eat some of these milk products. We also enjoy yogurt in hot afternoon. We like adding cheese to our bread and so on. So you see some of the benefits we get from these mammals. They give us something to eat. Now kids, all the products that we saw that we get from these mammals, we call them dairy products. So every product made from the milk of mammals are called dairy products. So the yogurt, the cheese, the evaporated milk, the butter, we get it from the milk of these mammals. And kids, you know the uses to which milk can be put into. We enjoy all these things and we get them from some mammals. We are mammals ourselves as humans, but some of the animals that are also mammals give us all these products for us to enjoy. Let's look at another benefit. Some mammals give us leather. Some mammals give us leather. So this is what we call leather. This is what we call leather. Some mammals give us leather. So, okay, let's look at some of the animals or mammals that give us this leather. So we get leather from the skins of mammals such as cows and goats. So you see that we get a lot from cow and then goats. They give us meat, they give us milk, they give us leather also. So we get leather from the skins of mammals such as cows and goats. So their skin, after eating their meat, after getting milk from them, their skin also give us a product called leather. So let's look at the uses of this leather we get from these two mammals. So these are some of the examples of products we get from the leather we get from cow and then goat. So we get belt from leather, we get shoe from leather, we get bag from leather. So belt, shoe and then bag are from the leather we get from sheep and then cow. We also get jackets from leather. We also get purse or wallet from leather. We also use the leather to make the seats of chairs. So Kate, you see that we get a lot from some of these mammals. So we get meat from these mammals, we get milk from these mammals, we get leather from these mammals. And look at the uses to which the leather can be put into. Good. Let's look at more benefit. Some mammals give us wool. Some mammals give us wool. If you remember when you were in KG, you were saying this rhyme, ba ba black sheep. So you see that we get wool from an animal called sheep, and a sheep is also a mammal. So we get wool from sheep. We get wool from sheep. So the skin of sheep also give us a product called wool, or a material called wool. Now let's look at some of the uses to which this wool can be put into. These are some of the products we get from wool. We get sweater from wool. So when the weather is very cold, you put on your sweater. We get socks from wool. We get blankets from wool. So sweater, socks, blanket, we get all these from the wool you see up here. And we get this wool from sheep. Sweater, socks and then blankets. We also get shoe or footwear from wool. We get carpet. You normally hear woolen carpet, so we use the wool to make this carpet. You also get gloves from wool. So we get lots of things or many things from wool. Good. Some mammals also serve as means of transport. Some mammals also serve as means of transport. When we talk about means of transport, when you want to move from one place to another, there are various means of transport. You can either use a bicycle, you can either use a car, you can use train, you can use airline. But some mammals can also be used as a means of transport to move from one place to another. And I believe you know the animal you see on your screen here. Now let's look at some of these animals. Examples of mammals used as means of transport. We have horse. We have horse. Normally during the 6 March celebration, you see the security men, the police, the military on horses. If you go to other countries also, like the Arab countries, you see camel there. They are also used as means of transport. Some people also use donkey as means of transport. So horses, camels, donkeys are used as means of transport, meaning that they are able to move us from one place to another, from one place to another. So you see how useful mammals are to us. Apart from giving us food to eat, they are also able to carry us from one place to another. Let's look at another benefit. Some mammals help with farm work. Some mammals even help us to farm. They help us on our farm. And mammals like the oxen and then horses help farmers to plow their farmland. They help them to plow their farmland, as you see here. The mammal is helping this farmer to prepare the land for planting. So mammals also help us on the farm. So you see how useful they are. Mammals are very useful to us. They give us food, they give us milk, they give us leather. They also move us from one place to another as a means of transport. They also help us on our farms. So mammals like the oxen and then horses help farmers to plow their farmland. When it is one, we call it ox. More than one, we call it oxen. So they help farmers to plow their land and prepare the land for planting or sowing of crops. Some mammals are also kept as pets. Some mammals are also kept as pets. As you see on the screen, this beautiful dog kept as pets. I believe many homes keep some of these mammals as pets, especially dogs. Especially dogs. So let's look at some of the mammals we keep as pets at home. You have dog, you have monkey, you have cat. At least many of the homes around, if you don't find a dog, you will find a cat there. They are all mammals. Some also keep monkeys as pets. Pets are like companions to us. They keep us company. So look at how lively this boy is playing with the dog. Look at how happy this boy is with the monkey, and how happy too this boy is with his cat. So they keep us company. We keep them as pets, like our friends. So some mammals are kept as pets by humans, and they make us happy. They really make us happy. I believe you have a dog at home. Do you? Some also have cats. Some of us also have monkeys. Good. Some hunters also use dogs to hunt. Those who use dogs as pets, some also use dogs to hunt. So when you go to some of the villages, most of the hunters also hunt with dogs. So you see how useful they are. Good. Some mammals are also used as security. As you see the dog there wearing its uniform. Yes, most people use dogs as security. Most people use dogs as security. So mammals like dogs provide security for humans. Mammals like dogs provide security for humans. They protect us from bad people. As you see this dog chasing this man. As you see this dog chasing this man. So most dogs are used as security, or they provide security for humans. They protect us, especially during the night when you are asleep. If you have dogs around, at least by barking, they will alert you that something is happening in your environment or in your house. So some dogs provide security, or dogs provide security for human. Some are very wild and some are also tame, but they normally provide securities for us. When you are going to any home and then you see a dog there, most people are frightened by dogs. So by so doing, they help protect your home. Mammals are used for sporting activities. There are some mammals that are also used for sporting activities, like the horses. So horses are used for sports like horse racing. This involves horses ridden by jockeys over a distance for competition. So the humans that you see here are what we call the jockeys. They are riding these horses in competition. So you can see that the horses are numbered. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 5, this is 6. They are numbered and they are in a competition. So the horse that will reach the destination, the final destination, will be the first person. So we even use some mammals to entertain ourselves. So horses are used for sports activities like horse racing. Good. Kate, we are gradually coming to the end of the lesson. Today we looked at benefits of some mammals to us. We humans are also mammals, but there are other mammals like some animals that provide certain essential services to us, or they provide us with many things that makes life very easy for us. So we looked at some mammals that give us food, and some of them we use their meat as food, like goat, sheep, cow, pigs. We use their meat as food. Some mammals like goats and then cow and then camels, they also give us milk. And you know the various uses that milk can be put into. Various uses. And all the products that are made from milk are called dairy products. Like the yogurt, the cheese, the dried milk, the evaporated milk, we call them dairy products. We also get leather from some mammals like the sheep, the goats, and then the cow. We get leather from goats and then cow. Some mammals are also used as means of transport, like the camel, the horse, the donkey. We use them as means of transport. We also use some mammals as pets, like the cat, the dog, the monkeys. We use them as pets. We also use mammals for security. For example, the dogs. We normally keep them to protect us from bad people. We also use some mammals for farm work, like horses and then the oxen. We use them for farm work. They help farmers to plow their land and get it ready for planting. We also get wool from sheep. And we get many things from wool. We get footwear, we get sweater, we get gloves, we get blankets, we get clothes from wool. And lastly, we also use some of these mammals for sporting activities like horse racing. So mammals give us food, they give us leather, we keep them as companions, and they also entertain us in games or competitions like horse racing. So Kate, I believe you now know some of the benefits some of these mammals are to us. God created all of us to provide help to each other. And these are some of the help some of the mammals give to us to make our lives easier. Now let's try and test ourselves on the topic for today. 1. We get all the following foods from mammals except we have meat, we have milk, we have rice. So which one is all there? Meat, milk, and then rice. Good. The answer is rice. We get meat and then milk from mammals, not rice. Rice are from plants. We get leather from the following animals except we have mouse, we have cow, we have goat. Mouse, cow, goat. We get leather from the following animals except. Great, the answer is mouse. We don't get leather from mouse. 3. Which of the following mammals can be used for sports? We have cow, we have horse, we have cat. Which of the following mammals can be used for sports? We have cow, horse, and then cat. Good, the answer is horse. So we use horse for sporting activities like horse racing. 4. Which of the following mammals give us wool? We have cat, sheep, and then dog. Which of the following mammals give us wool? We have cat, sheep, and dog. Great, the answer is sheep. So we get wool from sheep. And we use this wool to make blankets, footwear, clothes, and etc. Then 5. Foods produced from the milk of mammals are called We have pastries, we have dairy, we have duck. Food produced from the milk of mammals. Good. We call them dairy. So the yogurt, the lactogen, the cheese, the evaporated milk, they are all produced from the milk of mammals, and we call them dairy products. Good. We have all done well. Now let's take this homework and then work on it. 1. State any 3 benefits of mammals to humans. Okay, so I'll just give you a minute to write this assignment down. It's only one question. You state any 3 benefits of mammals to humans. Hello, Kate, you are welcome back, and I believe you were all able to put the assignment down. We learned that mammals are some group of animals that feed their young ones on milk, and today you have learned that it is not only their young ones they feed on milk, they also feed humans on their milk, and we looked at majority of benefits or most benefits we get from these mammals. So today, if you have mammals at home, keep very good care of them because they also help us in many ways. I believe you all enjoyed the lesson. Until we meet again next time for another science lesson, this is your teacher Ernest Ato Benzel. Bye bye.
The Arabian Desert, one of the harshest ecosystems on the planet. Summer days see scorching temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius. And during winter nights, the temperatures plunge well past -25. The animals that call these dunes, rocks, and canyons home specialize in the extreme. One of these desert residents is a small one that you may have never heard of. The sand cat. They may look like house cats, but these beige beauties are the only cat to live predominantly in the desert. And they're built to handle its extremes. On especially hot days, the sand can reach temperatures of 80 degrees Celsius, hot enough to burn a cat's feet. Sand cats, however, have long fur that covers their pads, protecting them from the hot Arabian sand. This comes with a secondary benefit. It allows them to leave almost no footprints, making it near impossible for predators to track them. But in the desert, heat is only half of the equation. With little water vapor in the air to trap warmth, at night, temperatures plunge into the freezing. Fortunately, sand cats have a thick coat that insulates their body from the cold, keeping them warm at night and cool during the day. Spotting a sand cat is difficult. They live in low densities, they're extremely well camouflaged, and when they move, they stay low to the ground. Even when they run, they'll keep their bellies as close to the ground as possible. While they may look silly, they can still top 40 kilometers an hour. During the day, they will try to avoid the intense sun by napping in the shade or in their burrows. At night is when they're most active. Their habitat is almost barren. Vegetation, water, and prey are rare. To find a meal, sand cats travel vast distances, covering up to 8 kilometers a night. Their massive habitat is sparsely populated by creatures doing their best to stay under cover. To find something to eat in this trying terrain, sand cats have two big advantages. Their ears. Their ears are giant and contain an ear canal that's roughly twice as wide as a domestic cat's. These cats can pick up very low frequencies, a helpful skill in the open desert, where low sounds travel the furthest. These adorably oversized ears allow them to hear prey scuttling in the sand up to half a kilometer away.